Good morning, dear students of class 11 arts. Today I am going to discuss with you the chapter Social and Religious Movements in India, contribution of Brahmo Samaj and Raja Rammohun Roy, Swami Dayanand Saraswati and his Arya Samaj, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Aligarh movement. The social and religious reform movements arose among all communities of the Indian people. The reformers attacked superstition and the superior position of the priestly class, that is the Brahmins. They occupied highest position in the society. They worked for abolition of caste system and untouchability, Purda system, Shati system, child marriage, social inequalities, that is inequalities between Brahmins and Shudras, and illiteracy. The first I wanted to talk about Raja Rammohun Roy and his organization Brahmo Samaj. Raja Rammohun Roy was the first modern man of India because he welcomed Western education to India. He was one of the founder of the Brahmo Samaj. Their Samaj founded 1828, and he was considered to be the father of Indian Renaissance also. He played a major role in abolishing Shati system in 1829 with the help of William Bentinck, then Governor General of India. The Brahmo Samaj was founded by Raja Rammohun Roy in 1828 to reform Hindu religion worshipping many gods by removing of worshipping one god, and on the teachings of the Vedas and Upanishads by incorporating modern Western thoughts. Moreover, Brahmo Samaj denied the need for a priestly class for interpreting religious writings. If we wanted to discuss the role of Brahmo Samaj in social field, first of all we have to talk about that Samaj actively opposed the caste system and child marriage and supported the general upliftment of women, including widow remarriage and the spread of modern education to men and women. Yet, it had a decisive influence on the intellectual, social, cultural and political life of Bengal and the rest of India in the 19th century and 20th centuries. Yes, just to have mentioned widow remarriage. Yes, it is another important socio-religious reformers. Actually, due to his contribution, this widow remarriage, actually the first important upliftment for the women. If we now have not mentioned his name, it was actually incomplete to know about this socio-religious reform movement. He was Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, a great educationist of Bengal, and actually he was the master in Sanskrit, and if you visit the Calcutta Sanskrit College, he was actually associated with this college. The Brahmo Samaj and Raja Rammohun Roy, his contribution not only especially that socio-religious field, but also he utmost importance role he played to liberation of press, actual freedom of press, and of course, his contribution to spread of nationalism in India. Now, second, we are discussing about Swami Dayanand Saraswati and Arya Samaj. The Arya Samaj undertook the task of reforming Hindu religion in North India. It was founded in 1875 by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. For his own inspiration, Swami Dayanand went to the Vedas, which he regarded as all source of knowledge. He was opposed to idolatry, ritual and priesthood, and particularly to the prevalent caste practices in India and popular Hinduism and peace by Brahmins. The Arya Samajists were advocates of social reform and worked actively to improve the condition of women in India and to spread education among them. Therefore, Arya Samaj started a network of schools and colleges in the country to impart education or to spread education on Western lines under the banner of DAV, Dayanand Anglo Vedantic Schools and Colleges in India. This school played a very important role to spread education among Indians. The Arya Samajis fought their role also equally very important in social field. They fought against untouchability and the rigidities of the caste system. They also inculcated a spirit of self-respect and self-reliance, that is Atma Shakti. Self-reliance means Atma Shakti among the people. This promoted nationalism among the Indian people to achieve their goal, freedom. But I want to tell you, Swami Dayanand Saraswati's famous slogan, "Go back to the Vedas," and India for Indians, it is inspired a lot to Indian people. And he gave utmost importance of Vedas and Upanishad, which he felt that especially real source of all knowledge. And he also played an important role for purification movement in India, that is called Shuddhi movement. Those are converted to, in India, those are converted to Hinduism, to any other ism, again to bring back them to the fold of Hinduism. So this movement also started by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Last, today I am going to discuss with you, that is Aligarh School and Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was a progressive Muslim who believed, at the beginning he believed Hindu-Muslim unity. And Sir Syed Ahmad Khan and Aligarh School movement for socio-religious reform were late in emerging among the Muslims. The Muslim upper classes had tended to avoid contact with the Western education, because you know, when Western education spread in India, Muslims, they are not sending their children to the Western education center. Instead of they sending their children to the masjid and maktab, that is a traditional educational center. And that is why it was actually resulted for communalism or separatist trend in India, because maximum gap between others sects and Muslims, naturally they are not getting any jobs in India under the Allied rule or the British rule. So therefore the Muslim upper classes had tended to avoid contact with the Western education and culture, and it was mainly after the revolt of 1857 that modern ideas of religious reform began to appear. The most important reformers among the Muslims was Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. He was tremendously impressed by modern scientific thought and worked all his life to reconcile it with Islam. This he did first of all by declaring that the Quran alone was the authoritative work for Islam and all other Islamic writings were secondary. Syed Ahmad Khan believed that the religious and social life of the Muslims could be improved only by imbibing modern Western education. I repeat again, only he believed that Western scientific education only can change Muslims to orthodoxical ideas, shifted from orthodoxical ideas to the modern ideas. That is, he believed. And that actually, therefore, in 1875, he founded at Aligarh the Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, which is commonly known as MAO College, as a center for spreading Western educations and culture among the Muslims. Later, this college grew into the famous Aligarh Muslim University. Here I want to share with you, when he founded Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College in 1875, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan received donation from both Hindus and Muslim. So we can believe that he believed Hindu-Muslim unity. And he once said, the Hindus and Muslim, that is two beautiful bride of the two eyes of the beautiful bride, that of India. One eye for Muslim, one eye for Hindu. Some beautiful words, what he said. So you can say that later on he actually turned his attitudes from nationalist to communalist. But at the beginning he was a very strong nationalist, and otherwise he never can say such a way that Hindus and Muslim, the two eyes of, that is the beautiful bride of India. The great Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Anyhow, his changing mind, it was many contradictory. That is the first principal of Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, Mr. Theodore Beck. The Theodore Beck convinced him that after in India, after especially when Indian National Congress, it was founded in 1885. Actually, they said it is a Hindu organization. Though naturally question coming after British left India forever, whom they transferred the power into their hands. And what will be the condition of minority of Muslim in India? So slowly and steadily he changed his mind. So that is not going to discuss now today. Now lastly, I want to discuss with you that Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was held by loyal followers who are collectively described as the bands of Aligarh school. They are Chirag Ali, the Urdu poet, Altaf Hussain Ali, Maulana Shiblai Nomani were some of the other distinguished leaders of the Aligarh school. So this chapter, in conclusion we can say, for freedom in India, is naturally we achieve the goal freedom, but the socio-religious reformers' contribution, they contributed a lot to spread the idea of nationalism, and not only that, especially self-confidence, self-reliance, and very important that one to especially achieve India's goal, freedom of India. That is why from the beginning, Raja Rammohun Roy, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, even Swami Dayanand Saraswati, many others, socio-religious reformers, their contribution, Swami Vivekanand, especially Jyotiba Phule, many others especially, but your syllabus only mentioned these three: Raja Rammohun Roy, Brahmo Samaj, Arya Samaj, and Swami Dayanand Saraswati, and Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Aligarh school. So these three actually played a very important role to spread the idea of nationalism in 19th and 20th century. Thank you.